Hey everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I'm Alex. Where we last left off, I have no idea, so it's just gonna be a surprise for everybody. Let's go. Chapter 14, 1:28 a.m. Tesmic Park, the site of the little lady Camila's abduction tonight, and the place where an important piece of evidence, the music box, was hidden. Why the fuck is that guy here? I wonder why our lady detective is looking so dejected. At least she isn't dead. But what did she find? Can we just scream? Hey Camila, I'm here! Oh no, this is Lynn. Never mind. It wouldn't gotten her attention anyway. Huh? What's he doing here? My thoughts exactly. La la la, let me spin a moment. I'm not singing that, never mind. Bye. The world will not end if a little food delivery is a little late. Oh, that's just mean. A little late? It's already ice cold. Oh, I think I have to get into his hat. That's why he's here. Only for that purpose. I can't reach his hat. Swing faster. Okay. I can swing him harder. Not quite there yet. Boot? What's up here? Leaflet? Wow, there's a bunch of shit up here. Can't reach it. Love letter. Oh, that's kind of sad. It never got delivered. Okay, I'm gonna spin. Okay. Ah. Okay, let's time this. Ha. Okay, let's see what he said. Woof. I got this thing sprinting pretty fast. Didn't even put much effort into it. This is quite a bit of power and speed for a piece of playground equipment. I can just imagine all the poor kids who were sent flying all over the park. What's up, Lynn? How you doing? Oh, there you are, Sissel. From your dejected expression, I gather. You didn't find what you were looking for? Right. I can't find the music box anywhere. But I found something else instead. Something horrible. Horrible? What is it? There, in the grass. You'd better see for yourself. Huh. Why can't people not be dead? Who knows? Because we only have ghost powers, that's why. It looks like a dead body. I nearly died when I saw it. And I suppose now that we found it, we can't just leave it there, can we? Nope, I suppose not. What's up, dead body? Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the rock of the gods. You there! You're talking to me, aren't you? I have some leaflets for you. Leaflets I know you'll be very interested in. I urge you to pursue it thoroughly. Examine it in detail. Never mind that right now. Do you remember your name? My name? My name. Huh. What does my name matter? There are more important things to worry about. Okay. Come now and study these tracks with me, my brother. Come and learn about the Rock of the Gods with me. The night is no longer young. As a matter of fact, daybreak is approaching, but we are young. Thoughts. Look, I don't have time to get involved in your way of life, but I am interested in your way of death. So let's go back. Back to 4 minutes before your death. I don't know why we got so pumped up there. That guy's real crunchy. "4 minutes, Tesmic Park before death." And so I made up my mind. I resolved to live here in the park and defend it. Okay, and what does that have to do with this Rock of the Gods you mentioned? You still don't appear to understand. It's written quite clearly in the 4th leaflet, in great detail. Excuse me, but I have to use the restroom. Eek! I'm coming. Just hold on. I'll be right there. I've located the target, beauty. A girl the right age coming out of the right apartment building at the right time. Yes, my dear. I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Good evening, young lady. Won't you come with me? Eek! Oh gods, what do I do? What should I do? I have to do something. Huh. Fucking ghost powers. What in the world? What just happened? Oh, that's Mino. Mino? Mino the mascot, the symbol of Tesmic Park. Forget about the name of the big creepy lump of concrete. I'm talking about the way it changed direction. Did you see that? Yes, I did. We witnessed it with our own eyes, the power of the Rock of the Gods. That was the power of the gods. The power of the gods saved that little girl. And that same power very deliberately crushed you instead? Yes, precisely. That is called the mischief of the gods. Was that the mischief of the gods, or was it a ghost trick? But nah, couldn't have been a ghost trick. No ghost trick could change the direction of something that heavy midair. What? Like we're the only people with ghost tricks? Really? You just decided how ghost tricks work? You've only been a ghost for like, I don't know, 12 hours. You don't know shit. But wait a minute. What if there was somebody with much greater powers than me? Trick time. Okay. I have no idea what we're doing. Finding this other ghost? Look at that! There's another flame besides mine! Oh! So that is the flame of a god, is it? But hold on. Your spirit is a flame too, isn't it? Yeah, so? Pardon me, but... Are you a god? I sincerely doubt it. At the last minute, that big lump of concrete made a huge swing to one side. That was probably that flame's doing. Who could it be? I definitely believe it was either a god or somebody god-related. Maybe I better try talking to this person. What the? This person with much greater powers than me. It's... You? Hey! Sissel! Oh my, it's... Missile! You look well for being dead. Did you see? Did you see what I did? I did it! I tried really hard and I did it! I saved Miss Camila! Are you telling me it was done by... Are you telling me I was done in by a puppy dog? Missile, what's going on? How did you get the powers of the dead? I'm glad you asked. After Miss Camila went out and you left. I worked like crazy to make my own path and I did it. Did you commit suicide? Oh, okay. And then I followed Miss Camila out into the big wide world. And then, here at this park, I found her at last. Yeah, you guessed it, I barked. You bet I did, and I went and ran after her too. What a piece of shit. And then I guess I died. And then I was unconscious for a little while. And when I came to, it was all over. Poor Miss Camila. Crushed under that big scary lump. Oh, what have I done? I'm so sorry, little lady. Please forgive me. Miss Camila! I had to rescue Miss Camila. It was up to me. I cried out from the depths of my heart. And then... I can't tell you how surprised I was, but I bet you understand, right? Better than probably anybody else could. And then I remembered what you did for me and how you saved me. So, you went back, right? Back to 4 minutes before the little lady's death? You bet I did! Yes, my dear. I'll ever so gently nab her and come back right... Yes, dear. I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Now's my chance! I thought I saw the core. I don't know, it looks pretty far. I stretched out my paw towards the core. Oh, how I felt at that moment. I'd love for you to be able to feel it too. Go ahead, Sissel. Go ahead and try it for yourself. I can't believe it. How could you connect over such a great distance?
Well, they don't call me Missile for nothing.
And so then you manipulated that Mino thing and threw it aside?
Right on top of my head. Well, no, actually.
Huh?
I can't manipulate things like you can, Sissel.
You can't? Then how did you...
I didn't know what to do. Then I happened to see something out of the corner of my eye. And I had to core too. A single leaf hanging from the tree. I tried reaching out to the leaf.
What in the world?
I can't manipulate things, but apparently I can swap them. As long as the two things have the same shape, that is.
Swap things with the same shape?
Go ahead and try it. Touch the swap button.
That's incredible! And so that's how you saved your mistress, is it? Why can't we just call her Camila? It really bothers me. It really bothers me that we can't use people's names. We know them. And that's how I became caught up in this, is it?
I'm very sorry. My powers were too meager.
Meager?
Because you see, I saw one more. I happened to notice one more core. There was something with the exact same shape stuck in the branches of the tree.
Hey, you're right. If Mino could be swapped again with that, then disaster wouldn't have to rain down on my head. But what is that thing? It's too big to be a leaf.
Whatever it is, I'd much prefer it on my head than Mino.
So why didn't you swap them, Missile?
I couldn't. I can't stretch out my paw a little further than you can, Sissel. But this was just too far for me. I couldn't reach.
I must admit, it's a fascinating spectacle of my death, if I do say so myself.
I kept trying over and over, seeing if there was anything I could do.
I bet there's something you can do now.
Huh?
If we work together, you and me.
Sissel, you think so?
I don't plan on letting anybody die in front of me tonight. Do you think you could help me?
Of course!
Naturally! I don't know how to do that. So we're gonna drop that Minnow thing in a different spot. Okay, let's try it. Let's go back again to 4 minutes before. Alright, let's get started. 4 minutes from now, you'll swap with Minnow with the leaf. 4 minutes from now, you'll swap Minnow with the leaf. And then you have to swap Minnow with something else. Something with the same shape.
Oh, I believe that's a rugby ball.
Okay, rugby ball, huh? But with the rugby ball where it is now, Missile can't reach it. So that means I have to move it closer somehow. It looks like you and I will have to work together on that one, Missile.
Okay, I'm ready. Whenever you want to use my swap trick, just touch the missile icon. That way you'll be able to control me. And then, if you touch the Sissel icon,
The control will come back to me.
By the way, you can switch between us with the select too.
Select, huh? I'll remember that.
Okay, let's try it. Together we can stop Minnow from hurting anybody.
Alright, Missile. Your powers are the key this time.
Okay, I'm ready. I can swap anything that has the same shape. Just call on me and find anything you want to try.
Probably the best thing to do is just try a bunch of things and see how it goes. And if we see something we can swap, I should use the missile icon. Okay. Whew. Here you come already.
I swore to myself not to repeat my mistakes.
Mistakes?
When somebody's in trouble, you should lend them a hand. Otherwise, you'll definitely regret it. And now the recklessness of youth has taken over, giving me lightning fast speed. I've been thinking, if we could stop this man from running, maybe he wouldn't get squished. It won't be easy to stop me once the recklessness of youth has taken over.
Stop it, man. What? Q, where am I? What? I have to get over here? Cancel. Okay. Ah! I cannot get that thing to work.
What do you think of my lightning fast pace?
I wish you would knock it off. That's what I think. We don't have time to prepare. I think we're gonna have to find a way to stop him from running.
As far as I can see, the only way to do that is with the playground equipment.
The what?
You know, the seesaw swing, those things. Precisely. Except there's one more piece of equipment to be exact.
Stop him with the equipment, eh? Maybe I should rethink things here. Yeah, we're gonna have to start over because he goes so fucking fast. Okay. I'm not sure what to do next. I want to have Sissel hang out in this basketball. Which you can't reach. It's so heavy I can't move it very much. Maybe because of that swap I made? I guess the little ball is about all the weight I can handle. Okay. I wanted to get into that. That did not slow him down. Let's try again. Oh, would you look at that? There sure are a whole lot of round things around here.
Oh boy! That means time for me, right? Oh boy! My hair is also round.
Let's see. To use missile powers, I just touch the missile icon. I'll try it and see what happens. I already tried. Okay, I can't switch those. I'm gonna move missile. What? No. Just want to move missile out of my way. stupid time is passing thing.
Oh, that was so close. If it hit the ball, we could have knocked it down.
Is that all the umbrella can be used for? For knocking the rugby ball down?
Don't forget about my powers. And don't forget about my recklessness of youth. Look at this funny flattened ball. It's the same shape as that horrible minnow. But it's too far to swap from here. Even this ball is starting to look horrible to me.
We have to find a way to get that ball closer to that minnow thing.
Knock it down from the tree, I say.
There must be something we can do. I don't think putting... Oh shit. Really? I don't think putting the tire into the thing is doing anything. Okay, we saw this. Go faster. They should have a thing that when you rewind, if you've already seen stuff, it won't make you watch it again. Like with that medicine bottle, that was annoying. Maybe it does slow him down. I don't know. Do I have to wait for the leaflets to fucking fly? Pieces of shit. I have not figured this out yet. If I get up there fast enough to hit the thing, but I don't know how to get up there fast enough. I'm gonna get this text again. We get it. Things are round. Okay, we're clearly meant to use missile powers right here. I have to wait till something moves. Why can't I reach it? And smooth missile out of the way. What if I spin faster? Oh, that looks like it fucked him up. That was very close. Wow, I did so not see that coming. I never thought the umbrella would catch the ball.
Did you see that? The tree branch. It shook a little. I think I saw it shake too. If only it shook a little more. It would knock that terrible rugby ball down. From this terrible tree.
Maybe it just needs a little more weight.
I'm sure we can do this. We just have to put our heads together.
Everything looks great so far. We just need one more step.
The umbrella won't close, will it?
The ball must be in the way. Oh well, I guess we don't have to close it. Wait. You're gonna try to get the fucking tire in there? I mean, I'll try it. Alright, let's just try that then. Let's read that beginning text again. I never get sick of that. Whoopee, my favorite part. I don't think this helps me get over there. I just have to wait. It goes too fast. No time to waste. Do I close that?
Sissel, did you see that? Did you see the seesaw?
Yeah, I guess the tire's too heavy to get much height.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it launched me into the air.
The tire does have quite a bit of weight to it.
But no matter how heavy it is, I can still swap it.
So weight isn't a factor when it comes to swapping, eh? What does that mean? Oh. Okay, I get it. I think. Let's try this again. So I'm gonna try to swap the tire and the basketball midair, maybe? When it's in the umbrella to get rid of that. They call it a rugby ball, but I'm pretty positive it's a football. But I'm also not 100% positive. I don't actually know what a rugby ball is or the difference. Let's try this. Oh. Alright. I now know the shift button is select. Let's see what I can do. If I swap it now. Not midair. There! We move the ball! What do you think, Missile?
With that ball there, I think I can do it.
In just a few seconds, you'll swap Minnow with the leaf. And then from there you can swap Minnow one more time.
The final moment is near, Missile. Are you ready? You bet! Okay, watch me, Sissel. Here I go.
The finishing touches. You can do it, Missile. Swap Minnow with that ball.
There, how's that? My head has been spared. Truly, that was a try worthy of the gods.
And now Minnow is right where he belongs.
We did it again, didn't we? Didn't we?
Fate averted.
Now nobody has to die.
Except for one brave little somebody.
Huh?
Talking about you, Missile.
Oh, me? I guess you're right. I'm still dead, aren't I?
So now let's go back and save your life.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
Now that I think about it, I think I want to stay dead a little longer.
What?
When I was alive, I couldn't even help Miss Camila when she was in trouble. I want to be able to protect Miss Camila. And to do that, I need these powers I have now.
I see.
Perfectly understandable. Even I wish I had powers like that.
Hey, we just saved you. Don't wish your life away already.
Oh, of course. You're right.
Okay, Missile. Have it your way. By the way, Mr. Reckless Youth, there's a certain detective who needs that music box you found. When we get back to the present time, could you give it to her?
Certainly. You have my word. Let's go back then, to the present.
And so, Camila ended up in the hands of the kidnappers. We weren't able to change that part. Lynn listened to my story without saying anything. I'm sorry, I wish there was something else I could have done.
No, you did the best you could. I'm sure she's all right after all. After all, she has me. Missile? Are you in there? Miss Lynn, leave Miss Camila to me. I know I don't look like much right now, but I'm sure I can help her.
Missile?
Eek. Miss Lynn!
Yeah, being in a leaf probably wasn't great.
Going to leave it up to Missile.
It kind of looks like Missile's being left up to the wind.
Oh. I have something to give you. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the rock of the gods.
Aren't you forgetting your promise?
Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. My apologies. This is for you. Oh. You kept the music box safe, didn't you? Thank you. Not at all. I was only doing what the Rock of the Gods would have wanted.
Dots. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
He's mesmerized by my beauty.
Dots.
Hey! The cat's not allowed to get your tongue.
Dots.
Excuse me, but are you? No, it couldn't be. Have we met before? Aren't you that little girl from that time? I'll never forget it. It was 10 years ago in this park.
10 years ago?
Are you talking about
What's our trick? We want to talk?
Here in this park, the gods surely control fate. Today, 10 years from that day, we met once again. If that isn't the power of the gods, then what else is it?
It could just be coincidence. But apparently you know our lady detective here. Could you tell us about it? What happened 10 years ago?
Yes, of course. I was actually just about to do that.
What's this Rock of the Gods you keep mentioning?
Don't you know? It's right there in front of us. Missile. Wait a minute. You say gods? But do you mean dogs? Of course not. Don't be silly. This is no time for ridiculous word games. You are standing just above the Rock of the Gods now. Take a good look at that monument.
Monument?
Rock of the Gods, Tesmic Park. Rock of the Gods? The rock is buried in the ground right there. It's been there these 10 years. Ever since that day it flew down from the heavens and showed us a miracle.
A miracle?
So this Rock of the Gods you've been talking about is a meteorite? Precisely. It dropped from the sky that day 10 years ago. Yes, of course. Surely you know all about it. Me?
Years ago.
That day, I just happened to be passing through the park. I had no idea that day would change my destiny. The sun was going down, and through the gloom, I hear the scream of a little girl. Eek!
Now, just calm down and drop that weapon.
Stay back! If you come any closer, I'll shoot her! I peeked out fearfully from the bushes and I saw some shadowy figures. I didn't see the face of the criminal clearly. I knew I should do something to help, but I couldn't move. The tension was so thick, it was painful. The tension was so thick, it was painful, just when I couldn't stand it any longer. That's when it happened. The sky suddenly burned bluish white. When it crashed into the ground, the meteorite gave off a shower of beautiful fragments. And then I saw it. One of those beautiful fragments pierced into the criminal's back. The judgment of the gods was brought down on the park that day. "10 years ago, the little girl that was you was saved by the Rock of the Gods." Oh my, I can't believe it. The Rock of the Gods was given the name Tesmic, and still today, it lies sleeping deep in the park's earth. I never knew about Tesmic. I always thought Detective Jowd was the one who saved me. You were very young then, and you passed out from the shock of being taken hostage. Of course you wouldn't remember.
But that's funny. A huge incident like that should have caused quite a stir. It's strange you never heard of it, Lynn.
It is, isn't it? But now that I think about it, I remember I didn't want to think about what happened. I avoided the news and I never came back to this park again. That's why I didn't know anything about it. The meteorite was named Tesmic after the name of this park that it fell in. And then the Rock of the Gods was forgotten. Now, an awful thing is happening. They're talking about turning the park into a housing site. I'll never forget the miracle I witnessed that day. And so I've taken up residence in this park and I'm trying to appeal to the people. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. That is my mission. I see. I'm taking you with me, Sissel.
So, 10 years ago, the little girl that was Lynn wasn't aware of meteorites. I get that, but Detective Jowd, on the other hand, there's no way he didn't know about this Tesmic thing. And if he knew, and the man died, I took his life. What was that confession of his all about? The rocks of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago changed the destinies of many people's lives, like a ripple on a pond when the pebble is dropped in. With every answer I get, I learn about a new mystery. Will I be able to break the chain of the mysteries before dawn? Anyway, now that we have the evidence we need, we decided to meet up again at the minister's office. Besides, there are a few things I want to ask Detective Jowd.
We found the music box, Detective Jowd.
Good job, Lynn. I knew you would. Dance. Once everything has been resolved, I had wanted you to give this to him.
Him? You mean Inspector Cabanello, right?
I don't suppose he'll ever forgive me.
Detective Jowd.
Now then, let's get this thing open. There's a certain knack to doing it, you know. See? He calls that a knack? It looks more like brute strength to me. There you are. You should find scorch marks on the grip.
Scorch marks?
When Camila built her contraption, she used a special kind of string. It's the kind magicians use. It burns up in an instant and disappears.
Why would Camila use something like that?
I don't know. Maybe because she's a detective's daughter? Not leaving any evidence behind and all that. In the case report, there was a mention of some scorch marks. When it happened, Camila was watching from her hiding place. She saw the flame run up the gun, something she naturally didn't include in her design. I took the gun out of the frame and replaced it with a picture. If you remove the picture, you should find scorch marks behind it on the frame, too. Those marks should match up with the ones on the gun. In other words, it proves the contraption existed there in that room that day. And it didn't work the way your little girl intended, is that right? Exactly. Some cowardly culprit modified this design. But that angle was never brought up in court. And so, as Justice Minister, I must call off the execution at this point.
I knew I was right. It wasn't Detective Jowd. Now we can finally prove that. Thank goodness.
Thank you, Lynn. In those eyes of yours, I see that little... In those eyes of yours, I see the eyes from... In those eyes of yours, I see the eyes of that little girl from 10 years ago. Who do I want to talk to? Down. Sissel, if you hadn't come into my cell tonight, I would be gone by now, without ever having known any of this. This is what I deserve. That's what I told myself these past 5 years. But things are different now. Thanks to you, my eyes have finally been opened. Tonight, I've come in contact with a lot of people's lives and got involved in their fates. And the only reason I was doing that was to regain my own lost memory. But things are different now. We've connected to each other somehow. I just know it. And that's why I need to ask you a few more questions in order to find the truth about us. Fair enough. Fire away.
Sissel told me all about it, Detective Jowd. About the manipulator.
Yes, and it looks like the manipulator really did a number on the minister too.
Ah!
Please don't pick on the minister. If he dies again, I'm the one who has to save him.
Oof. Sissel, what do you think? Do you think that's what happened to me too?
What are you talking about, Lynn? Don't tell me. You were manipulated too?
There was always a part of me that just couldn't believe it. The image of the one who shot me.
Oh, this is us talking. But now I see a possibility of a new explanation.
But who is it, and why did they do it? The contraption was a birthday surprise for Camilla's mother, wasn't it?
That's right.
Something's been bothering me about it. I feel like I know that device from somewhere.
No surprise there. You lost your life once tonight because of that machine.
Right? I knew it! See, Detective Jowd?
No, I'm afraid I don't see. I told Detective Jowd about it. I told him about seeing the exact same contraption tonight in a completely different place. That's very strange indeed. A junkyard on the edge of town? Never even heard of that place. And what's more, I've never told a single soul about that contraption.
You haven't?
That old pigeon guy. Who in the world is he? Detective Jowd, you must have heard this name before. Tesmic? The meteorite that fell in the park 10 years ago? You were there. Dot. So you found out about that, did you? I heard the meteorite saved Llewellyn's life. That's right. I couldn't do anything to help Lynn that day. But in that case, I don't get it. If that's true, doesn't it mean you didn't steal somebody's life away?
What are you talking about?
Detective Jowd, you told me that 10 years ago. The person who killed the perpetrator in the park was you.
What? But it was the meteorite.
Dots. I wasn't lying. I stole the man's life away. No question about it. It was entirely my fault. I was just about to shoot him, and I would have shot him the next instant if the meteorite hadn't come. At that point, I was already a murderer.
That's not true! You were trying to save me.
Lynn, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's really it.
Huh?
The truth about 10 years ago. On that day, 10 years ago, a different incident happened in another place.
Another place?
Yes, in the police headquarters interrogation room. The worst sort of incident. A suspect who was being questioned escaped.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
I happened to be there in the detective division, so I joined the case. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, I was able to track him down alone in the park.
Hold it right there!
I fired a warning shot to catch him. I fired a warning shot. I wanted to catch him bad. That warning shot made him panic. At the time, I was young and green detective, brandishing my sense of justice like a sword. I made him panic and got you involved, Lynn. It was all my fault.
Detective Jowd.
All I could see was my target. I couldn't even see you. I'm so sorry, Lynn.
So the man who grabbed me died that day.
These last 10 years, I've never forgotten his face. And then a few years after that, when my wife Alma died in such a mysterious way, I thought it was fate, or punishment for what I'd done. I painted pictures in my cell, nothing but portraits of people's faces, of the faces of the many people, all the faces of the many people I'd met in my life and didn't want to forget. And tonight, I finished my last portrait, the final face I wanted to remember. The final face. The face of the man in the park that day.
Wait just 1 minute. It can't be. I saw that painting. I saw the face you painted tonight. It was my face.
Hell yeah, we're evil. Look at that suit. That is a devil's suit.
Are you telling me I was the man in the park that time?
That's right. That face of yours is the face I saw 10 years ago. The face of the man whose life I stole. Of the man who was pronounced dead at the scene.
But, hold on, Detective Jowd. It can't be true. I just met Sissel for the first time tonight. And he died right in front of me.
By the way, the name that I know the man in that park. This is a terrible sentence. By the way, the name that I know the man in the park that day by isn't Sissel.
What?
From the first minute I laid eyes on you tonight, I've been wondering, who in the world is this guy? Mr. Minister. Inspector Cabanela, where are you? Just be quiet and listen. This is our demand.
What? Demand?
Our demand hasn't changed. The execution must be tonight. Once we've confirmed it's been carried out, we'll release the hostage.
What are you talking about, Inspector Cabanela? You know it wasn't my daughter who was abducted.
Does it really matter who the hostage is? A life is a life. Even if it's the daughter of a death row prisoner. Once the criminal gets punished for what he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. I don't think that's Inspector Cabanela. I think that's the manipulator.
What is it, Mr. Minister? You look paler than ever. What in the world? What is going on? Inspector Cabanela?
The rock of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago twisted the fates of many people and started a chain of tragic events. And even now, the chain continues to grow ever longer. Inspector Cabanela's call proved that to us. And the greatest mystery of all has risen to the surface. Who is this me I've been chasing all night? Who am I? I'm even further from knowing that. I'm even further from knowing than when I started.
Alright, that's a wrap for today's episode. I really enjoyed that. That was the mix I've been talking about. That mix of the end was really visual novel-y. We got some good story. We were finally getting along to Sissel's part. But we had that puzzle at the beginning. That chapter was a nice balance of the two things in this game. While so far it's really been one or the other. And well, I don't think that is a better chapter than the Prime Minister one. Just because the puzzle wasn't as fun. It was more frustrating than fun. It's up there. It's definitely up there. That was a pretty solid chapter. I don't know. What do you guys think? I would like you to keep telling me what your favorite chapters are because I think it's interesting because every chapter is really a standalone episode. Even though it's like a big long series, each chapter kind of is fulfilling in its own way. And I think that's also really nice and that's how it should be done. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts below about this game, about any things you think I should be doing better. Just tell me all of it. If you want to talk to me more about visual novels, especially, I will link my blog, my Twitter, my Snapchat, and my Instagram down below. I post on Instagram and Twitter the most, so that's where you'll find me. I will also post a link to the visual novel I'm working on. I post a lot about that on my Twitter and my blog, my devlogs and things like that. So if you're interested in visual novels and want to check out a dev process, please go check those things out. And I would be interested in any of your thoughts on those things too. So I'll see you guys for the next episode of Ghost Trick in a few days. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys later.